What's going on, guys? So for the next 00CTOBER review, we're going to be taking a look at a new Tieren space type. Okay, it's not new. I just got it this year. So last year we looked at Tieren Ground type, the green boy. Not to mention Thomas Rice's custom. And of course this year we get light coming through my review set because my blinds are all jacked up. Yay! Filming in early afternoon is great. Ah! Okay, anyways. So back to Tieren. So this is a cool blue one. That's pretty much it. It's got blue and it's got uh it's very well equipped from the knees down. Anyways, so you've got a couple of space types here. Shooting a little harpoon clippy dealy there. That's pretty cool. You got gun or something happening there. You got another guy over here. You got some space. In the background, you got Bandai 2008. Old boy. Old boy? Goy? Girl? Kid? I've reviewed a lot so far today. Anyways, you got illustrated by Naochika Morishita down there. Naochika Morishita. I am tired. Alright, so come down to the bottom like I normally do. I flopped that like way too fast. You got action! You can point, and hey, it's got a thing right there. And look at this, look. Arrows. The arrows are awesome. Hands! Its eyeballs can do things, I think. I don't know. Looks like it's got two, and they're just going wonky. And you got, hey, wait, the gun just switched sides. I'm confused. And you got, hey, this can just go in every direction. It's fine. Or the, don't tell me what to do, thruster. All right. And then you've got this side right there. It's pointing at things and such, and yeah. And you've got shimmy stuff there for legs and knees. And hey, it can go on a stand. No kidding. Do you guys know that most HGs can go on a stand? I didn't. And you turn it this way, and you got its number 10 in the line. I feel like we literally just looked at number 9. I looked at number 7. My bad. What is number 9? I want to know. And so I picked this thing up locally. So it's got the 1999 sticker on here. Thanks for slapping it on the front of the box, guys. Appreciate that. So there should be another logo down there. But anyway, and you come around this side, and you've got obligatory front shot, because they don't believe in the back shot. And then you've got the logo of the Human Reform League, if I remember correctly. I think that was the HRM, the kind of Russia-China sector, if I remember correctly. And you got the specs there, 18.2 meters tall, 127.5 tons. Wow, that is a big, heavy beast of a guy. 200 mil cannon times 25 something, or 200, what? And then 30 millimeter guns. That's weird. I think he's got another Vulcan kind of right there. And then you got read up and actual drawn image there. It looks pretty cool. It's kind of more purplish than blue, but it is what it is. They didn't have anything to fill that gap, so they just stretched that whole thing out there. That's quite funny. I don't think I've ever seen that. Look. 3-year-olds won't like this guy in their face, but 18-year-olds, on the other hand, can handle what's going on below the knees there. And then you got 1,500 yen. I'm having a hard time holding stuff at this point. Not being able to zoom in is really dumb. So 1,500 yen, I overpaid for it, but I got it locally. Turns out I could have ordered it online for the regular price later, but you know what? I got this months ago. It's upside down. I think that Sergei Smirnov piloted one of these, but he may have had his own command type. I think there is a space command type. I could entirely be wrong. I'm not entirely certain off the top of my head brain, but we shall see what happens. But let's go ahead and get this guy out here and see how blue he actually is. Look at the light. Look at it. Oh, it's turntable time. I'm just going to have to deal with the light in the background because right now I've actually got this lit pretty well. So I'm going to click the button and talk. So, this thing is actually a very fun kit. Very different from the ground type. There's only a few parts that it does share. Otherwise, it's a fairly new thing entirely. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Considering I had built a few Gundams and way too many GNXs last year, having something different this year to really, build a couple of really made my day. And that's a teaser for tomorrow. But this one's actually very, very cool. Stickers are a little bit heavy-handed, but, you know, not too offended by them so far. I did have to paint a little bit, which should be kind of obvious because I didn't quite match the blue, but honestly, it came out nice, so I'm not really complaining. But, yeah, for the not Zaku of this, you know, universe, I really do dig the Tieren, so let's look at it closer. I forgot to pause the video there. So, here we go. We got a blue boy here. And one thing I'm noticing is that this sticker folded around this side is not fitting very tight. One other thing is, with this particular kind of weapon thingy that's in here, this should all be orange. And I've realized they don't give you a sticker for that. They do give you a sticker, however, for the part that's underneath, which I find to be a little strange. I'm trying to remember how this connects. I think it was... yeah. Okay, so you've got the regular panel underneath there. They give you that, but they don't give you a new one to cover this bad boy. So technically that's an accessory, but it's part of the main build of it, so I'm leaving it alone. But overall, I really do dig it. He does have some mounted weaponry already on him, and then just all kinds of other cool details. Now, he does look like he has kind of a police lighting thing on top of his head. I don't know what that's all about. Somehow that designates space type. He does have the eye. You can move it by sticking a thing in there and just kind of pushing the face around, and that's got a nice little sticker on it. And yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any kind of head articulation at all, but he does have the nice severe butterfly here for the chest. And one of the best parts about this thing is just that range of movement. I got some shavings here. That's actually very, very nice. And he does also have rocker forward and back. So that's actually pretty amazing, because they're Gundams that can't do that. And just coming back here to show off the backpack, because it's actually very different. You got this nice multi-directional thruster backpack here. And these guys are all on ball joints, so that's the you can't tell me what to do thing. And they do rotate. They really specifically want you to line that up properly in the instructions, so do not get them crooked. Okay, so shoulders do rotate, and I will admit now, these little kind of sleeves that are right inside there, I forgot to put them on. And then I forgot to put them on the next one. And then I almost forgot to put them on the one after that. That's when I noticed there was something missing, and I fixed it. So he's got some decent range of movement, though the shoulder armor gets in the way. So I guess if you tilt it that way, look at that. There you go. You can get out to 90 degrees. Can rotate all the way up, and you can get a nice high Sergei. And you got the bicep rotation. By the way, the thruster at the end of this book does move. Somebody will get that joke. The elbow does bend, get you 90 degrees right there. Got a nice little elbow pad at the end. And what I assume are little missiles mounted right here to the arm. I dig that. It does have the normal ball joint wrist and a little flippy flappy wrist guard. I appreciate that. And then under here, he's got whatever the heck this is. I think it's just a dual little rocket launcher. Just clips on right there. Very similarly to how this clips on to this side. We'll talk about that when we get to the rest of the accessories, because I'm just going over the stuff that is attached to the body. It does rotate very nicely. You can pretty much go all the way around. Just not going to bother. And then the hips, other than just being slightly limited, can get out to there for okay Jean-Claude. It hits the side, but you can do a decent chorus line. And then you've got the knee bend, which is only hindered by this little thruster back here. I guess you can move the vernier cone around a little. That's actually getting stuck, but look, he can kick himself in the butt with his heels. So there's that. And then you come down to the, and then these are the parts that I painted. Just used some blue Gundam marker. I don't even know which blue it was, to be totally honest. I couldn't even figure it out right now if I picked it up. Didn't match, but it's close enough to not care. As long as those are blue, that's all that matters. You got the flippy flappy foot guard there, and then you come down to the feet that are not articulated except for ankle movement. And this always looks like it can move. It looks like a hinge, but it doesn't actually move. That's like the biggest upset about the entire thing. I really wish it could move. It does not. Now, going on to accessories. It does come with machine gun with some blades on it, which is new. Now, these are supposed to be like blue, or at least around the outside they're supposed to be, or around the inside they're supposed to be blue. There should be blue on the blade. I did not do that. You do get these stickers that cover up this thing there, sensor, whatever you want to call it. It's not a camera. That's not a camera either, even though I think it looks like one. It does plug into the forearm, very simply. Now, this one is kind of right-handed, but as it showed, if you want to pull this off, you can get it left-handed. But it's nice. The only problem being that the forearm does not rotate independently. So you have to rotate the entire arm and or bicep to really get it to point in any meaningful direction or use a sword properly. Hold on. Sticker is peeling a little. That's annoying. I think it's probably the ammo canister now that I'm thinking about it. He does come with the same kind of little batleth. Does have a little peg in there that will help stick it in the hands. I don't really care about this. I'm just showing off that it comes with it. And there's nowhere to put it. Used to be able to kind of hang it back here, but that doesn't do it on this kit, so hate when they take away weapon storage. And now we come to his cool little grappling hook thingy. I think is what it is. So you get your wire, you get your little hook, and you could sort of see that it should... I don't think it's going to allow me to show you. But you should be able to see just a little tiny thing. It looks like a notch. I would probably split that just to make it look cool. And you do get a little hinge door right here, which is neat. And then you just plug your wire in there. And now he is shooting a cool rocket-powered grappling hook at people. I dig that. I actually do dig that. That's pretty neat. It's a neato mosquito. And yeah, stickers are not sticking now. You know, I can look at the one that I built last year, and I'm not having any issues. One I built a week ago is having issues. Speaking of that, here's the one I built last year. The green one. That's the easiest way to know it. Okay, so obvious differences are obvious. The legs are incredibly different. The armor is entirely different. And this one has the, yeah. And then... somebody will have the joke. Everybody else is going to be like, why doesn't he finish the sentence? And then the back skirt is totally different here because this actually is a back skirt and this is not. I don't even think it comes with the parts entirely. Obviously, this whole backpack over here is totally different. This has like the weird like communications refrigerator and that has thrusters. You entirely lose the Zaku style shield mounted to the arms, replaced with these thingies. You do have the headlights here, and this has more thrusters so it can just be moving around space all nimble like. And of course this guy has the big old knee shield that's good for propping up your gun, although the gun is exactly the same with the exception of the sword add-on parts, and they are just add-on parts. So I mean that's the only difference there. He looks shorter, I think, only because I've got him in a really weird position. I don't believe there's a difference in height, but now is a perfect time to find out, huh? Ain't it? Okay, so he might be physically shorter. I think he is. I think the space legs might be longer. Because even at the head, like just looking at the eyeballs, I'm not seeing it at the same size. And this guy's got a spread. Oh yeah, space type is way taller. Way taller. I like space type better now. He's much bigger. Much more well equipped. Like I like my space types to be. Just leaving it at that. Alright, so let's compare to a Gundam, just for the heck of it. And because I have this one handy, there's a Gundam. And to compare to Exia from earlier in the week, there's our R2, D2. I know the joke's never going to get old if I'm honest. And... well, later on, we will see kind of the evolution of this guy. But come back for final thoughts in a second, after we take a break. Alright guys, so final thoughts wise, I really like the Tieren. Just like the ground type last year, it ended up being one of my favorite builds. I will say the stickers kind of suck, but I don't have anything close to like a metallic orange that I can use for that. I've got some yellows that I use from Bumblebee, but I don't think that even remotely comes close to what I need. The only thing that makes me sad is that this whole piece here with a grappling hook, that should be orange, and they don't even give you the option. These stickers are not holding up very well, and it's kind of annoying me. The design overall, I'm a fan of. I dig this new space design. I think there is a command. I think there's a Tieren space command type that I think is Sergei Smirnov's. I could be wrong, because if I remember correctly, he was on... No, he was on the GNX box. That's correct. That's right. I forgot about that. Anyways, but this one is actually very fun. I think this is my favorite one so far. And I think the only main things that I dislike about the design is due primarily to the fact that it's the HG. There's no foot movement. Like, this heel part should be hinged, in my opinion, and the toe should be hinged. Like, it fakes it, but there's no way to actually hinge it. Like, it looks like it should, and I think it would give it a much better range of motion in the foot and give you a little bit more posing, because the knee articulation is great. The leg articulation is great. So it's just like the only thing lacking is a feet. Like, you can only really turn and then get a little bit of pivot out of it. The arm articulation is about as good as it's going to get without having a bicep rotation, which, not bicep, forearm rotation, which I think is the only thing it could definitely benefit from, because like I said before, you kind of have to just rotate the entire arm to get him pointing the gun like that. And of course, he does have the blades on there, so he does have a little bit of hack and slash motion happening. Which, I mean, what gets better than having a big old blade on your gun? You know, as Exia obviously knows how to deal with. But I like it. I like it a lot. And of course, it's not the only one we're going to look at, because we got another one tomorrow. Honestly, it's pretty cool. Not going to lie. So, guys, if you like this video, if you really like the Tieren like I do, give me a big old thumbs up. And if you think that they should have made a 1/100 of this, let me know. I know they did the ground type. Obviously, I looked at it last year. If they did a space type, I never saw it before. So, but let me know. Obviously, if you want to help support the channel and help keep things going and keep 00October going for the foreseeable future, go ahead and hit that up the Patreon. Just be like John, Thomas, and Megan, who help support the channel every month. But if you want to help support the channel this month and get some cool 00October gear, by all means, it's all available. All the links are always in the description down below. And like I said in every video so far, there will be variations of the 00October merch this year, including some limited time offers. So be on the lookout for that. But guys, I will catch you on the next review. And remember, as always, keep on building.